Hey everybody, this is going to be my first ever doing my first true crime this channel. I know it was supposed to be like a makeup channel, but it's like we just turned into like a true crime video. But hi, my name is Kyle Smith and I'm doing my first ever true crime video. So the first case I'm doing is the case of Jodi, Arias, and Travis Alexander, and it's the picture right here. Which y'all know that was a huge breaking case ever, like big in the internet. It was like crazy. And I watched his case on Snapped and the Foursome Files. And it was like that Lifetime movie I didn't watch, but that's really insane. So it might be a long video. Make sure you have your snack and popcorn, and let's try to say video started. It was like an hour to take notes about what happened. So I took notes on my phone so I could memorize everything that I had on my phone right here. Maybe memorize everything. So it might be a long video. So I started with Jodi. So Jodi Ann Arias was born on July 9, 1980 in Salinas, California to Willie and Sandra Arias. Her parents were both Christian and she had a great childhood, has three siblings, a brother and a sister. She claims that her dad abused her at age of 7. She also claimed that she was spanked with a hard hit with the wooden spoons, or she was pushed into things, etc. She claims she was pushed to the piano, pushed to the wall, which her parents say that's not true. She's making stuff up, basically playing the victim card. Um, she was a great student. She had great A's, an honor roll student in the 8th grade to Korea Union High School, but she dropped that in the 11th grade because she said that high school was not for her. She quit. But she did end up getting her GEDs. That's kind of good. She also got into photography, where she would like to take pictures of people. Where she started taking photos of people of herself. She want to be like a personal model, and that's when she was like that. She started getting her breasts done because she wanted to get her boobs done to look good and natural. Whatever. That's when she started working around surgeries into the fall of 2001. She ended up meeting up with this guy named Daryl Burren, and they became friends. They started dating for almost about 3 years, from 2003 to 2006. Charles Alexander, the victim here, he was born on July 28, 1977 in Riverside, California, which is 3 years older than Jodi, which he probably would have been 1977, my calendar, 9, 2021 minus 1977. So he would have been 44 years old today. And I think Jodi, she would might have been 40, 41. She would have been 41 this year, which is my mom's age. So in 1977, he had a terrible childhood, which means that his parents were both drug addicts. His father wasn't even around. His mother would be around to take care of the kids, but she would end up doing drugs inside her bed. She would not feed them. Her kids would legit have to wake her up to feed them, which that's terrible. And they have roaches in the house. Like those became homeless, those living in tents, and it was just that's kind of been horrible to grow up poor like that, have roaches all over the house. It's disgusting. So they would went days without food. They would went days and weeks without food. They would just eat expired food, which is disgusting. And y'all should not be eating expired food because that'll make you sick. He stayed with his grandparents. The grandparents would have custody of the kids and make them move to the house, which is very great for them to live in a stable, healthy home. The grandparents were both Mormons, which means that if the people are Mormons or Christian in your church, it means that they don't have sex until marriage. The grandparents were both Mormons. They would take them to church every Sundays or every weekdays. He began to really enjoy his Mormon faith, and he had friends and very involved music. Introvert, which means he started going out, had friends, and had a lot of friends to begin with. He began to work for this company called Prepaid Legal Services, which is a marketing business for people marketing business, sell merchandise, and sell stuff like that. He was public speaking to people and very happy, sociable person. He did move to Arizona for like better opportunities and for a larger Mormon community in California. In 2006, Jodi Arias was still in California and lived with her ex-boyfriend at the time, Daryl. Their relationship began to fall out and they were fighting a lot and he was having financial money problems. So that financial problems would start to have a lot of problems in relationships and marriage. They began to try to hit it off pretty well and they had sex often. If you're a woman, you're not supposed to have sex and you're religious, but he just had to have sex a lot. We're not supposed to do that. They were a long distance relationship, which means Jodi will live in California and Chaz will live in Arizona, which is not that far, which is about 1,000 miles away from each other. They were a long relationship. She began to be very obsessive, which I'll explain that later in the video. She was baptized in the Mormon church on November 26, 2006 to be closer to Travis. They weren't officially in a relationship yet, but they would still see each other have sex because she was still with her ex-boyfriend at the time. They broke up. Well, okay, Jodi was still taking pictures with him, posted over social media, and posted on MySpace. But Travis was texting with other women, and Jodi found out she became really mad. But then she went to his phone and find like text messages, different women, and stuff like that. She broke up with him. They continued to have sex, but Travis didn't want, but she went to his house. She broke into his house, sneaked into his bed, naked to everyone to wake up. She stalked him, slashed his tires. She read his journal, which made Travis really upset. I mean, I'll be really upset too. Like, you first bring to my house, you stalking me, naked, waiting to wake up. You're hiding my tree under my Christmas tree, texting the girls I'm dating to back off, threatening them, and then threatening me. And they reading my personal journal, which has secret personal stuff in there. It's like, why is you doing that? Like, that makes no sense. Like, you're really upset and crazy type of person. He told his friends about it, but it makes sense. But said when he dated other women, she will find out who they were by hiding their bush outside the house of the bush and watching them, which is kind of creepy. They would still have sex and travel together. They would still have sex and travel together. Charles was supposed to go on a trip on June 2nd, 2008. The friend and the other person began to go to his house to look for him. They walk in the house, smell something really bad, like smell like something horrible. Mm, where was I? Oh, that's what found him on the door. The walking smelled something really bad. They realized the door was locked. He had a roommate, but he was in his room. And I'm like, first, your roommate. Second of all, how you not know the smell if he had a girlfriend, his girlfriend, not his wife at the time. I don't know what they did together, but anyways. And you not find that your roommate is in the freaking room dead. Like, how can you not notice that? That's kind of a bit weird and odd, but whatever. And that's when the roommate found he was in his room. They unlocked his door, found his body, pool of blood all over the floor, all over the floor. There was his bathroom. He was stabbed 29 times and also shot of his head, forehead, and his eyebrow, and got his throat slashed. So this case was a brutal, brutal murder. They found a camera by the washing machine, which means that the person who killed him, they got the sheets of blood trying to wash it, but the machine was not washed. I was gonna insert pictures of the scene, but I'm not gonna do that because it's really personal. It might be really triggering with somebody, and I'm not gonna try to get them on the hands on YouTube. Found a camera, which they tried to watch the camera, but the camera wasn't working because it got a camera in it. But they found an SD card in it, which found a lot of pictures of Travis and Jodi Arias naked pictures and final moments of Travis Jenner's death. Yeah, pictures. They also found a camera by the washing machine. Found pictures of Travis' last moments in the shower. Jodi, that's when the friend called 911 saying that she found Travis dead in the room. That's when suspected that his girlfriend killed him because she'd been stalking him and doing crazy stuff to him. And that's been trying to get a restraining order from her, but it didn't work out. And I think that's when they say y'all been here for several days, several weeks, and just it's crazy. And that's when Jodi traveled to Salt Lake City, California on June 5th, the day after his murder. Cause then she traveled back to Arizona to her boyfriend to get 2 cans of gas, cans that she wouldn't stop to get gas to go anywhere. So for her alibi. That's when she changed her hair brown, which was odd because her hair was naturally blonde, but she didn't correct it to brown. That's when the police, the detectives, they noticed cuts on her fingers. And that's when she was in pictures with Travis, taking naked pictures together. They would do this very often. The detectives questioning her, and she was lying about what happened. She said there were intruders. There was 2 intruders in the house threatening her to intrude her and rape her. July 8, 2008. She was doing interviews with Inside Edition of her doing her makeup. She was smiling on her mugshot. She was like this. This I'll answer picture right here. And that's kind of really creepy. It's like, why are you smiling your picture? Like, it's so happy that you're in prison. You got caught murdering somebody. It's like, you are weird. You are obsessive, a crazy type person. And you're doing these interviews saying she's innocent, trying to play this victim card, but you're not the victim. Like, you're not. She began to change her stories over and over and over again. And she said she went to his house, had sex as usual the day the murder, taking pictures of Travis, which is Travis' new camera. She said in court that it was Travis' new camera. She dropped it and said Travis was very angry or fit of rage, chasing her all over the house. She hid in the closet. It made him angry. That's when bullets found over the gun. That's when she shot him, and she claimed that she did all that self-defense. First of all, how you gonna shot somebody in the head, forehead, and then stab them 29 times and slash his throat? That is not self-defense. That is brutal murder, true crime passion, a very personal murder. That is not murder. If I was there, I would just like push him, shot him Anyway, and that's when the court documents, that's when she started going to court for 27 days. That's when she went to court 2013, 5 years after the murder happened. And she has kept a changing story. I watched all the documentaries of the courtroom sessions, and I watched the show on Snap and Drew how much daily sneak peeks on YouTube about what happened, and that's when she started changing stories, putting the victim saying he did this to me, he did that to me, claims that she was lying the whole time. No one did not freaking believe her, and just like that's crazy. And that's when the prosecution is saying that she did true crime of passion. She did all this because he didn't want her, and she felt like if I can't have it, nobody can. And some said she premeditated this and she planned this meant to happen. And some of her lawyers, her defense lawyers, saying that she did this by accident and it happened so fast and she was head over heels, bait of attraction. If I was to love somebody, I would not do that. Like, let's be real. I know I'm a love person. I love love. I'm not gonna love somebody to the point where I'm gonna freaking shoot and kill you because I'm dating someone else. I want somebody else, or they pushing me and I can take it. She couldn't handle that, which means she killed him. But she didn't have to freaking kill him. And as her family's there, the family's there. Basically, everybody else wanted her to go to jail. Now she did an interview saying that with inside this, and then she's saying that she wanted the death penalty, she deserved it. And that's when she went to the court and changed her mind and said, no, I don't want the death penalty, I want to live. And maybe that's not fair for her family. It's BS. It's just like how you saying you're playing the victim, knowing that you're not the victim, and you're trying to reverse psychology and manipulate everybody else to think that, oh, okay, well, she's the victim and she didn't mean to kill him. Like, no, sweetheart, I don't believe anything. And you could probably tell when someone's lying. Basically, change up your stories, and it just, that's insane. It's just saying how somebody like her can be so manipulative and use people and believe her lies or her BS lies. And that's when she changed her story of her family. And that's when she started selling t-shirts saying survivor, which on the picture right here, calling a survivor. Survivor of what? Like, I'm dead ass confused. It's just like, how you selling t-shirts calling survivor for people who are in a domestic abusive relationship, and you think playing the victim is gonna get you somewhere? It's not. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, how you selling t-shirts and they think that that's okay for you, what you did? It's not okay. And that's when she donated her hair to as well for people who have hair loss or whatever. She donated her hair. And that's when 2015, May 13, 2015, that's when she was found guilty of first degree murder of all 5 counts and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Which she deserved that. And she said she's having fun, she made a lot of friends, she's singing. It's like, girl, ain't nobody cares. You killed that man with crime and passion, full of rage, full of murder. And just, it's crazy. It's just like, I just don't understand how you went from this beautiful, innocent young girl who had everything, and now you just wasted your life away just because you want to kill him just because he didn't want you. It just, I don't get it. I don't get how people kill somebody and they're narcissists and want people to believe their lies. I don't have respect for people like that. I don't respect for her. I wish she's rotten hell. United States evil piece of shit. Okay, and I can't. I can't. It's crazy. It's crazy. So look, I got for you guys. If you guys watch today's video, I hope I did a very good job on my very first true crime ever, and I hope I can do a lot of these more often. I know I will do more effort on this video. I know it isn't long enough, but it is. If you guys are into true crime, watch true crime YouTubers, try to watch this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys the next true crime video. Happy Friday. Bye.